Even you have a Mohawk. You do. So basically you don't know, it's not just a Mohawk, it's something else. It's a unique selling point. Your Mohawk is basically the key to your LinkedIn, your USP. But why do I have a Mohawk? Because everyone asks me that, so I might as well answer that as a question. I came over to Singapore looking like this. Every other Ang Mo looked like this 15 years ago. Just looked like kind of every one-of-the-mill kind of Ang Mo guy. So I thought I need to get some kind of standout because no one knows who I am. So I started growing a little Mohawk, and Singaporeans used to say to me, "Oh, I like your Mohawk." Well, that's not a Mohawk. I come from London where the Sex Pistols are. This is a Mohawk. This is a Mohawk. It's like then I started realising the more I did it, the more I coloured it, the more attention I would get. And then I could use it as a way to basically be an icebreaker, where I could then start talking to people about my business. And then they would also say, "You're the Mohawk guy, you're the LinkedIn guy, let's talk about what you can do for me." Otherwise, no one would notice me. So it's the cheapest form of marketing you can possibly get. It doesn't just work here. I've had it happen in Shanghai, in Hong Kong, in London, in New York, in Sydney. People go, "You're the Mohawk guy, I'm following you on LinkedIn." So it's very, very powerful because LinkedIn is global. It also appears on all 4 of my best-selling books. I've become increasingly old as the time has gone by. Even this one's like a pre-COVID one, so even that's relatively old as well as it goes on. But why did I choose LinkedIn as a business proposition? Well, I used to live in London many, many years ago, and I just sold my 3rd company, a marketing company. I didn't know what to do next. I either stayed in London and did another company, or basically I ventured somewhere I'd never been in my life and start a business in somewhere I didn't know anything about. So I basically reached out to people in Hong Kong and Singapore. People in Singapore responded. People in Hong Kong, fortunately for me, did not. So therefore I got my first, my second, my 3rd job by doing basically LinkedIn marketing of myself this is in 2008, when I had like 200 connections in LinkedIn. Those jobs were across the whole of the region, literally the whole of Asia Pacific. And I'm going, I don't know anybody in any of these countries, and I hardly knew anyone in Singapore at the time. So what do? Well, I could reach people in India, China, Indonesia, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, and all the rest of it by using LinkedIn. So then I thought, this is what I can offer entrepreneurs. This is now a service that I can offer other people. So that's when I created Black Marketing almost 11 years ago now. And now we're the world #1 in terms of personal branding and LinkedIn marketing with over 2,000 LinkedIn recommendations. And we're obviously based in Singapore. Because LinkedIn is the #1 professional social media platform. It's got 930 million members all across the world. As you can see, it is literally global. Obviously the US has the most because it was created in the US. India is fast catching up and it will at some point obviously overtake it because as